There are a number of trends that show that by the late 21st century, some very important demographic changes will have taken place. The overall trend in world population is growth. According to the World Bank, the world population is growing at about 1.1% annually, which means that the population increases by about 83 million every year. The percentage of growth is less than it was in the 1960s, but because the world population is now over 7 billion, the population increases in actual numbers is much greater than ever before. The vast majority of population growth is happening in developing countries. This means that the countries that may already experience the lack of food, fresh water, educational opportunities, and job opportunities will have even more problems in the future. They may not have the ability to survive if they do not get help. To what extent other countries have the obligation to help developing countries will become an even more urgent question as populations increase. Demographers also predict some opposite problems for some countries. They say that the population of Germany, Italy, Japan, Russia, and South Korea will have decreased greatly by the end of this century. Other countries that are currently growing, like the US, Canada, Australia, and France, will stop growing by the end of this century if there are not many new immigrants to those countries. Other trends predicted by demographers also raise important questions. 1. An increasingly older population in developed countries. This means that there are fewer people in the workforce and more people using the social services for the elderly. Will there be a need to raise taxes to help pay for those social services? 2. More working women. This means that women and families will have a chance to be more economically secure. But it also means that more people will be competing for fewer jobs as technology replaces humans in the workplace. How will enough jobs be created for everyone? 3. More people will be living alone. Because of the very large older population, many elderly people will live alone after a spouse dies. Also, young people are increasingly mobile, and they often live alone when they move to the new city. What kinds of problems might it cause in housing and mental health? 4. There will be much larger urban populations and smaller rural populations because of the change from agriculture-based to technology-based economies. What kinds of problems would this cause for cities, and how will we produce enough food if there is less agriculture? Many of these issues already exist, and it will become more important as populations grow and change. We have a responsibility to think about the question and possible solutions now. If we don't make an attempt to prepare for the future, we will have bigger problems than we have now.